My beloved child, tonight is not an ordinary night, and you can feel it without anyone telling you. The air around you carries a strange weight, like a truth that has been waiting for the right moment to breathe. Someone, somewhere, is replaying their past actions again and again, because they know what they did is about to stand right in front of you. They laughed when they thought you would never find out, they stayed silent when you deserved honesty, but now silence is breaking. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than your next heartbeat. Amen. 111. Listen carefully, because this moment was written long before today. That person thought time would erase their mistake, that distance would protect them, that your patience meant weakness. But tonight, regret has found them. Their sleep is restless, their thoughts are loud, and their heart is heavy, because consequences do not knock softly. They arrive with certainty. The truth they buried is rising, and when it shows its face, everything changes. This is not coincidence, this is alignment. Amen. 222. You may not see it yet, but a shift has already begun. Conversations behind closed doors are happening right now, decisions are being rushed, and excuses are being prepared. Why? Because they know they cannot run anymore. The mask they wore so confidently is cracking, and once it breaks, there is no way to put it back together. Tonight, you are not chasing answers, answers are coming to you. Amen. 333. There was a moment in the past when you felt confused, hurt, or underestimated, and you wondered why it happened that way. This is why. Everything you endured was leading to clarity, not chaos. The person who caused the wound is now facing the weight of it, and the universe has decided the timing is perfect. What happens next will make you realize that patience is power. Amen. 444. Pay attention to signs, messages, and unexpected encounters, because nothing tonight will be random. A single sentence, a sudden call, or an unexpected meeting will carry more truth than years of silence. They are afraid because they know once you see their actions clearly, you will never see them the same way again. And they are right. Amen. 555. Do not doubt your intuition right now. That quiet voice inside you has been warning you, guiding you, and preparing you for this exact moment. Tonight, you step out of confusion and into understanding. The truth does not come to hurt you, it comes to free you. And freedom always feels intense at first. Amen. 666. Remember this. When someone feels bad for their past actions, it is not because you demanded justice, but because truth has its own power. Tonight, you stand steady while their world shakes. Something huge is waiting for you, and once it happens, you will finally understand why it could not happen any other way. Amen. 777. Tonight carries a silence that speaks louder than noise, and in that silence, a decision is being forced. The person who once ignored your worth is now measuring every second, because they know exposure is unavoidable. They are not calm, they are calculating. They are not confident, they are scared. Something huge is waiting for you, and the closer the night moves forward, the heavier their regret becomes. Amen. 111. What they did in the past was not small, and that is why their fear is not small either. They thought they controlled the story, but stories always return to their source. Tonight, The mirror is placed right in front of them, and they are being forced to see themselves clearly for the first time. This is the moment when hidden intentions lose power and truth takes the lead. Amen. 222. There is a reason your name is on their mind again. There is a reason they suddenly feel uncomfortable, restless, and exposed. Energy never lies. When someone feels bad for their past actions, it means the outcome has already shifted. The universe does not warn loudly, it acts precisely. And tonight, precision is working in your favor. Amen. 333. If you are feeling a strange pull to stay alert, to stay present, do not ignore it. This is the hour where awareness protects you and clarity strengthens you. You are not here to argue, chase, or explain. You are here to witness. The truth revealing itself does not need your effort, it only needs your attention. Amen. 444. Right now, as these words reach you, let them anchor you. If this message resonates deeply, let it travel further so others who need clarity can also hear it. When truth moves, it multiplies through shared awareness and honest reflection. Stay connected, because what comes next depends on who is ready to receive it. Amen. 555. There is power in collective understanding. When you acknowledge this moment, when you stay engaged with this journey, you strengthen the energy that brings truth to light. Support the flow of this message by staying close to it, because the next revelation builds on this very second. Amen. 666. Tonight is not about revenge, it is about balance. While they face the weight of their past, you step into a future with open eyes. Something huge is waiting for you, and once it unfolds, you will realize that this moment was never meant to be missed. Stay present. Stay aware. Amen. 777. The night is moving slower on purpose, as if time itself wants you to notice every signal. Somewhere, someone is realizing that their past choice was not forgotten, only delayed. They feel it now, the pressure, the regret, the fear of being seen clearly. This is the moment when hidden actions begin to echo loudly. Something huge is waiting for you, and the silence before it arrives is intentional. Amen. 111. You were never meant to stay in the dark forever. Every unanswered question, every confusing moment, was collecting strength. Tonight, clarity sharpens. The person who once stood confident in secrecy is now uneasy, because truth does not ask permission. It arrives when resistance is weakest. And right now, resistance is collapsing. Amen. 222. Notice how your awareness feels heightened, almost like you can sense what is about to happen before it happens. That is not imagination, that is alignment. When consequences approach, intuition becomes louder. You are being prepared, not surprised. The unfolding will be calm on your side, but intense on theirs. Amen. 333. There is a deep reason you stayed patient even when it hurt. That patience protected your power. Tonight, you do not need to confront or accuse. The truth will speak in ways that cannot be denied, through actions, expressions, or sudden revelations that leave no room for excuses. Amen. 444. What once felt unfair now begins to make sense. The delay was not rejection, it was timing. The universe waited until you were strong enough to receive clarity without breaking. Meanwhile, the one who caused the pain is now struggling under the weight of their own choices. Balance is being restored quietly. Amen. 555. Do not rush this moment. Let it come to you naturally. When truth arrives without force, it stays forever. Tonight marks a turning point where confusion ends and understanding begins. The shift you feel is real, and it is irreversible. Amen. 666. As the night deepens, remember this: you are not losing anything, you are gaining vision. The truth coming toward you will not weaken you, it will free you. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it shows its face, you will finally see how protected you have always been. Amen. 777. The night has crossed the point of return, and what was hidden can no longer remain hidden. The person who once felt safe behind excuses is now standing at the edge of exposure. Their past action is no longer a memory, it is an approaching reality. You may feel a sudden calm, because deep down you already know, this was destined. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not need permission to arrive. Amen. 111. There is a quiet tension building, not around you, but around them. Every sound feels louder, every thought heavier, because guilt has a way of amplifying truth. They are replaying moments they ignored, words they twisted, and choices they thought would never return. Tonight, regret is not emotional, it is factual. Amen. 222. Pay attention to how this message resonates within you. When clarity lands, it asks to be acknowledged, witnessed, and carried forward. Truth grows stronger when it is recognized, when awareness spreads, and when people stay present instead of looking away. This moment is bigger than one person, it is about understanding. Amen. 333. You are not required to react loudly or dramatically. Your stillness is your authority. While they scramble internally, you remain grounded externally. This contrast is powerful. It shows who has learned and who is still running. The truth does not rush you, because it knows where you stand. Amen. 444. If you feel guided to stay connected, to keep reflecting, and to allow this awareness to deepen, trust that instinct. Shared consciousness strengthens revelation. When people remain engaged with truth, it moves faster and clearer. This is how alignment multiplies without force. Amen. 555. The realization hitting them tonight is simple but heavy: actions have echoes. What they sent out has returned, shaped by time and truth. Meanwhile, you are stepping into a phase where nothing is unclear anymore. Understanding replaces doubt, and certainty replaces confusion. Amen. 666. This is the turning point. Not because someone feels bad, but because you finally see clearly. The night delivers what daylight could not. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it fully reveals itself, you will know this moment changed everything, for good. Amen. 777. The night is almost complete, and with it comes a truth that refuses to stay hidden any longer. The person who once moved without fear is now weighed down by awareness. They understand now that what they did not disappear, it waited. And tonight, that waiting ends. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is arriving with certainty, not noise. Amen. 111. You may feel a strange sense of readiness, like nothing can shock you anymore. That is because your soul already accepted what your mind is about to understand. This moment is not here to create pain, it is here to close a chapter properly. Closure is powerful, especially when it comes without you asking for it. Amen. 222. The one who wronged you is no longer in control of the outcome. Their regret is not changing the past, but it is revealing the truth. They are realizing that intentions matter, and consequences remember everything. Tonight, accountability does not need words, it shows itself naturally. Amen. 333. Notice how your emotions are steady. That steadiness is growth. Where there was once confusion, there is now clarity. Where there was once self-doubt, there is now understanding. This is what happens when truth aligns with timing. You are not overwhelmed, because you are prepared. Amen. 444. There is a deep lesson unfolding, and it is working in your favor. You are learning that silence does not mean weakness and patience does not mean loss. It means wisdom. And wisdom always places you ahead, even when it feels slow. Amen. 555. The energy around you is shifting toward relief. Not excitement, not anger, relief. Relief comes when the unknown becomes known. When guessing ends and seeing begins. Tonight is the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. Amen. 666. As this night settles, remember this clearly. You did nothing wrong by trusting, by waiting, or by believing. The truth coming to you now confirms that. Something huge is waiting for you, and once it fully unfolds, you will walk forward lighter, clearer, and stronger than ever before. Amen. 777. The final hours of the night hold a stillness that feels complete, as if everything has reached its correct place. The person burdened by their past action now understands something irreversible. Time did not protect them, it prepared this moment. What they feared has arrived quietly, without drama, without warning. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is no longer approaching, it is here. Amen. 111. You may notice a sense of release within yourself, a calm that does not need explanation. This is the moment when questions lose their power over you. The truth has done its work, and your heart recognizes it instantly. You are not seeking validation anymore, clarity has validated you fully. Amen. 222. For the one who caused the hurt, regret has turned into realization. They see now that intentions shape outcomes, and choices leave imprints that cannot be erased. Tonight, they are learning a lesson you already mastered, awareness. And awareness always shifts power. Amen. 333. You stand at the center of this moment not as a victim, but as a witness. You are watching truth unfold without resistance, without attachment, without fear. This is strength. The kind that does not announce itself, but changes everything around it. Amen. 444. Nothing else needs to be done now. No words need to be spoken. No reactions need to be forced. When truth arrives on its own, it completes the story perfectly. The chapter closes not with chaos, but with understanding. Amen. 555. Feel the quiet confidence settling in. This is the reward of patience, clarity, and inner trust. You did not lose time, you gained wisdom. And wisdom ensures that what comes next will be built on truth, not confusion. Amen. 666. As the night fades, carry this knowing with you: you were always protected, always guided, and always aligned with the outcome meant for you. Something huge was waiting for you, and now that it has arrived, your path forward is clear, steady, and unshakable. Amen. 777. The night begins to loosen its grip, but its message stays engraved. What unfolded was not sudden, it was precise. The person haunted by their past action now carries a truth they cannot escape, while you carry clarity you cannot lose. Something huge is waiting for you, and this time it is not a revelation, it is a new direction. Amen. 111. You may feel lighter without knowing exactly why. That lightness is understanding. When truth arrives, it removes the weight of overthinking, second-guessing, and self-blame. You are no longer standing in questions, you are standing in awareness. Amen. 222. For them, the lesson continues. Awareness is uncomfortable when it arrives late. They see now that every choice shapes a future moment, and tonight was theirs. Regret follows understanding, but understanding does not erase consequences, it only explains them. Amen. 333. For you, this is growth made visible. You did not need to fight to be right. You did not need to prove anything. Truth did the work for you. This is the quiet power of alignment, when what is meant for you comes without force. Amen. 444. There is a sense of completion settling in. Not an ending filled with emotion, but an ending filled with certainty. This is how cycles close when they are meant to. Clean. Clear. Final. Amen. 555. From this point forward, you move differently. With sharper boundaries. With calmer confidence. With a deeper trust in your own intuition. You have seen how time and truth work together, and you will never doubt that again. Amen. 666. As the day approaches, remember this moment. Remember how patience transformed into clarity. Something huge was waiting for you, not just the truth, but the strength you gained from receiving it. Carry that strength with you. It is permanent. Amen. 777. The day begins to breathe, but the impact of the night does not fade. What was revealed cannot be unseen, and what was understood cannot be undone. The person who once acted without care now carries a quiet heaviness, while you carry a steady knowing. Something huge is waiting for you, and now it starts shaping your future, not your past. Amen. 111. There is a new kind of silence around you, clean, peaceful, and grounded. This silence is not emptiness, it is resolution. When truth settles, it does not shout anymore. It becomes firm, stable, and undeniable. You can feel it in the way you think, the way you stand, the way you breathe. Amen. 222. For them, reflection has begun. They are no longer asking, what if, but why did I? That shift is permanent. Awareness has entered their story, even if it arrived late. Consequences teach without cruelty, and tonight's lesson will stay with them long after words fade. Amen. 333. For you, something stronger has activated, discernment. You now see patterns before they repeat. You sense truth before it speaks. This is not suspicion, this is wisdom earned through experience. And wisdom protects quietly, consistently, and completely. Amen. 444. Notice how you no longer need validation from the past. You are not looking back for answers, you are looking forward with certainty. This is the moment when your energy stops leaking into old questions and starts investing in new possibilities. Amen. 555. The path ahead feels different because it is different. It is built on clarity, not confusion. On awareness, not assumption. On truth, not hope alone. What comes next will meet you where you are now, stronger, calmer, and fully aware. Amen. 666. Carry this moment with respect, not emotion. It was a turning point, not a memory. Something huge was waiting for you, and now it walks with you, shaping every step forward with purpose and protection. Amen. 777. The morning light arrives, but it does not erase what the night delivered. Instead, it confirms it. What was revealed stands firm in clarity, and what was felt now settles into certainty. The one who acted without thought now carries awareness, while you carry direction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it now begins to unfold in visible ways. Amen. 111. You may notice how your reactions have changed. Situations that once stirred emotion now meet calm. This is not distance, this is maturity. When truth aligns your inner world, nothing outside can easily disturb it. You are no longer moved by confusion, you are guided by understanding. Amen. 222. For them, the wait remains. Awareness does not fade overnight. It lingers, reminding them of what choices can do. They are learning that timing cannot be controlled forever and that every action eventually asks to be acknowledged. This realization will shape their steps from here on. Amen. 333. For you, clarity sharpens focus. You see what deserves your energy and what no longer does. This is where power returns, when you stop investing in what drains you and start building what strengthens you. The shift is subtle, but the impact is permanent. Amen. 444. There is a calm confidence replacing old hesitation. You trust your perceptions now. You trust the quiet signals you once questioned. This trust is not naive, it is informed by experience and confirmed by truth. Amen. 555. What lies ahead will require this version of you, aware, grounded, and steady. The universe did not reveal truth to slow you down, it revealed it to prepare you. You are stepping forward with vision instead of doubt. Amen. 666. Remember this as the day unfolds. The truth did not come to shake you, it came to position you. Something huge was waiting for you, and now it moves through your life as clarity, strength, and forward momentum. Amen. 777. The day moves forward, and with it, a deeper understanding settles into place. What happened was not just a moment, it was a realignment. The person facing regret is now living with awareness, while you are living with purpose. Something huge is waiting for you, and now it begins to reveal itself through direction, not drama. Amen. 111. You may notice that your thoughts feel cleaner, more focused. There is less noise, less questioning, less need to revisit the past. This is the power of clarity. When truth enters fully, it organizes your inner world and clears the path ahead. Amen. 222. For them, the lesson continues quietly. Regret teaches in silence, shaping future choices through memory. They understand now that what they dismissed mattered, and that understanding will stay with them long after this day ends. Amen. 333. For you, something stronger has formed, self-trust. You no longer second-guess what you sense. You no longer ignore the signs you once brushed aside. This trust is the foundation for every decision you make from here on. Amen. 444. There is a sense of readiness building within you. Not impatience, but preparedness. You are aligned with what comes next because you are no longer divided by doubt. When the inner world is clear, the outer world responds naturally. Amen. 555. The path ahead is opening, not suddenly, but steadily. Each step will feel intentional, each choice grounded. This is not luck, this is alignment working through consistency and awareness. Amen. 666. As this phase settles, hold this truth close. You were guided through confusion to reach clarity. Something huge was waiting for you, and now it stands behind you, supporting every move forward with quiet strength. Amen. 777. The momentum now feels steady, not rushed. What once felt uncertain has settled into understanding. The person who carries regret is adjusting to awareness, while you are adjusting to strength. Something huge is waiting for you, and now it expresses itself as confidence rather than surprise. Amen. 111. You may notice how your decisions feel simpler. There is less emotional conflict, less hesitation. This is clarity doing its work. When truth removes confusion, choices stop feeling heavy and start feeling natural. Amen. 222. For them, awareness continues to echo. Regret has a way of revisiting quietly, reminding them of what could have been different. This is not punishment, it is understanding shaping responsibility. They will not forget this moment easily. Amen. 333. For you, there is a calm authority in the way you move. You no longer seek approval or reassurance. You trust your perspective because it has been proven through experience. This is not ego, this is earned self-respect. Amen. 444. Notice how your energy is no longer scattered. You are present. You are focused. You are aligned. This is the version of you that creates stable outcomes, not emotional reactions. Amen. 555. The future responds to this state of being. Opportunities align more cleanly when you are clear within. What comes next will not confuse you, it will recognize you. Amen. 666. Remember this phase as a turning point. You moved from waiting for answers to walking with understanding. Something huge was waiting for you, and now it lives within you as clarity, balance, and quiet confidence. Amen. 777. The cycle is now fully visible, and with visibility comes closure. What once operated in shadows has been brought into light, not to disturb you, but to free you. The person who acted carelessly now carries awareness as a permanent mark, while you carry peace as a permanent state. Something huge is waiting for you, and it now shows itself as stability. Amen. 111. You may feel grounded in a way you have never felt before. This grounding is not boredom or emptiness, it is security. When truth settles, the nervous energy disappears, and a calm certainty takes its place. You are no longer bracing for impact, you are standing firmly. Amen. 222. For them, reflection continues without your involvement. Their understanding is internal now, shaped by memory and consequence. You are not required to revisit the past for the lesson to remain effective. Awareness has already taken root. Amen. 333. For you, the internal shift is complete. You trust yourself. You trust timing. You trust the process that led you here. This trust becomes the foundation for every healthy boundary and clear decision ahead. Amen. 444. There is a quiet confidence in knowing you handled uncertainty with grace. You did not rush, you did not force, and you did not lose yourself. That integrity now protects your future interactions and choices. Amen. 555. The road ahead will feel open but not overwhelming. You will recognize what belongs to you easily, because clarity sharpens recognition. What is not aligned will no longer confuse or distract you. Amen. 666. Hold this truth as you move forward. The night revealed what you needed, and the day affirmed it. Something huge was waiting for you, and now it remains with you as balance, clarity, and unwavering self-trust. Amen. 777.